Eagle Eye News November.
Welcome back to our Eagle Eye News November edition.
Hello.
Here's what's happening in November. Grandparents' Day is Friday, November 2nd. 8th graders will be greeting and serving that day, so please dress nicely.
Remember to fall back on November 4th as it's daylight savings times.
On November 9th, both buildings will be honoring the veterans on Veterans Day, with a program beginning at 10 a.m.
On November 21st, we will dismiss early for Thanksgiving at 1 o'clock, and classes will resume on Monday, the 26th, with regular scheduling. Gobble, gobble.
Now let's flop over to Whooping Wassum with sports.
Thanks, Ms. Shaviator. Here's this month's sports. Both boys and girls basketball seasons have tipped off, with the first girls basketball games being November 17th at Red Cloud at 10 a.m. and on the 20th at Davenport against Deschler at 6:30 p.m. On November 27th, the girls have a game against Exeter at 12:30 and 1:30. The boys will have their first game that day versus Exeter at 2:30 p.m. That's it for this month's sports. Now let's blow over to Jaybird Josh for the weather.
Thanks, Whooping Awesome. Here's the weather. Wednesday, it should be a nice night with a high of 68 and a low of 38 for the football and Halloween. Thursday and Friday will be highs in the upper 60s and lows in the mid to upper 30s. Saturday will cool off a bit with a 20% chance of precipitation, high of 57 and low of 34. Sunday and Monday, the highs will be in the mid 50s and low is in the 30s. Tuesday, for Election Day, the high will be 59, so get out there and vote. That's it for weather. Now over to Gina Skizzard for birthdays.
Thanks, Jaybird Josh. Here's this month's birthdays.
Lights. Music. Action.
On November 7th, Isaac Basinger. On November 10th, Destiny Donahoe and Skylar Carnegie. On November 12th, Holden Wilkins. On November 17th, Morgan Lowry. On November 25th, Haley Baca. On November 26th, Jennifer Holtzen. On November 30th, Gracie and Serenity Gothard.
Happy birthday!
There are the November birthdays. Now let's soar over to Mina Morgan for the Eaglet Report.
Thanks, Gina Skizzard. Now for the Eaglet Report. In the second grade, they are learning how to solve number stories in math, talking about cold-blooded and warm-blooded animals in reading, doing crossword puzzles in science, and studying geography and social studies. The third grade is learning area and perimeter in math, phases of the moon in science, the election process in social studies, reading a story about Old Henry in reading, and working on writing and spelling in English. Fourth grade is using graphs in math, learning about rocks and minerals in science, learning about Indians in social studies, reading A Horse to Remember in reading, and playing bowling and dodgeball in PE. The elementary will celebrate on Friday, November 2nd with their grandparents coming to school. The students will perform a musical MPE presentation, and then they will do activities about memories in their classrooms. That's this month's Eaglet Report. Now back to Brett Beekster and Miss Aviator for the classroom news.
Thanks, Mina Morgan. Here's the middle school classroom news.
In 5th grade, they are studying subjects and predicates in English, exploring properties of polygons in math, discovering America in social studies, studying the inside of a plant in science, and practicing for the Christmas concert in band and choir.
In 6th grade, they're writing summaries in English, studying reproduction in science, learning how Egypt in social studies, writing algebraic expressions in math, studying different elements in art, and reading Where the Red Fern Grows and reading.
In 7th grade, they are learning agriculture and ITE, factoring and finding the greatest common factor and least common multiple in math, writing reports in science, studying the U.S. in social studies, and learning ends of sentences in English.
In 8th grade, they are learning how things send in computers, describing themselves in Spanish, doing reports over simple machines in science, graphing equations in math, finishing Patriots Pen essays in English, studying the New England colonies in social studies, and practicing for the concert and band and choir. This just in, the middle school will be joining the high school in a fall concert and brewing on November 5th.
Thanks for that important update. That's our November edition of Eagle Eye News. Thanks for joining us.
Have a happy Thanksgiving.
We'll see you in December.
Gobble, gobble!